the prices will increase multiple times on the same day. Increase about rounds. 2 bed 1 bath 721 square feet on level 9 bought during the launch day was sold for 1.503 at level 10, which is supposed to be more expensive lah, but the price was at 1.3 million.
Yes. More than the 2 bed 1 bath unit.
Wow, okay, that really hurts.
Welcome back to another episode of Haikal Titus Honest Truth, HTHT. If you're planning to enter the property market in 2026, make sure you stay till the end of the video because this video is going to save you from making a very expensive mistake. One thing we see again and again, buyers make decisions emotionally and more often than not, it costs them big time.
Before we dive into our example, which is really painful, let's set some context first. How developers actually price their unit. At the end of the day, these developers are businesses, especially the big established names, right? They answer to
Shareholders.
Yeah, correct. And their goal is to basically maximize profit. So from what we have observed, developers operate like a well-oiled factory machine. They understand the market sentiments extremely well, and once they find a pricing strategy that works, they will sort of stick to it.
Yes.
Right, so some common strategies you will see is start low, then raise the price once inventory starts running down, or price higher but moderately with smaller controlled increments over time. But here's the key thing that buyers must understand, right? Because developers are not trying to make the same profit on every single unit.
Yes.
They care about average profit. So some unit will earn them lesser, while some units will earn them more profit. Our job is simple for our buyers, right?
Yes.
Find the units where developer earn less and not the ones where they earn a huge margin.
So let's simplify this with an example, right? Imagine the developer bought the land at $1,000 PSF DPR lah. So you add the construction cost, legal cost, financing cost, marketing cost, whatever it is. So let's say their break-even price is 1,008 PSF.
Okay.
So most developer will be happy about 20% profit margin.
Yep.
Right? Some 15, some 25, let's say 20. So the fair average selling price for this development will be around 2001. Now we have to ask ourselves, right? What are the chances that this developer, whereby the cost is 1,008, will sell below 1,008?
Almost zero.
Almost zero lah.
Correct.
They are a business ma.
Yes.
They don't want to make a loss. So if the break-even cost is at 1,008 PSF and the project happens to launch at 1,009, we know that you are buying at the cheapest end of the entire development already. There is very little room for developer to reduce price anymore because they are so close to their break-even price.
Correct. So there's very little downside because I think prices can only move upwards.
So if let's say the break-even price is same at 1,008, then developers start at 2,005 PSF. So right now the gap is very big.
Correct.
Between the break-even to their starting price.
Yep.
There is a lot of room for them to move downwards. So of course, if the demand is very strong, they keep the price
Yes.
or go higher. But if demand is weak, right, what happens is developer from 2005, they have a lot of room to reduce to 2004, 2003, 2002. Because average profit they want is 2001.
This is what we call a fire sale basically.
And this is exactly what happened in earlier part of 2025 at a project called Bernam.
Fire sale, yes. So basically early buyers paid at a high prices, and then the buyers who came in later got huge discount because developer wanted to clear their stock. Right? So same project, same layout, but very different outcomes for the buyers.
So this is exactly what happened in January 2025 by one Bernam developer, right? Over the weekend, they slashed up to 27%. And those buyers who came in, they bought at the lowest quantum.
So what we see here are two different units, right, in the same stack. One level 17 bought in January 2024. They bought at 3.6 million.
The earlier one.
Correct, the earlier one. Then we have another unit, 3 floor higher, bought 1 year later. Many will assume this should be more expensive.
Yes.
Because higher floor and bought at a later time.
Yes.
But because of the fire sale, the buyers actually bought at the 300k discount, and they bought for 3.2 million.
Yes.
So basically, like what I mentioned, it is a 300k discount for 3 levels higher.
Yeah, so that is for a 3-bedroom unit, 1421 square feet, right?
Yes.
We look at a 2-bedroom unit, right? Same thing, February 2024, whereby developer priced it at 2008 PSF, buyer bought it, and then they couldn't sell, and because they have margin to reduce their price, right? What happens is when they offer the discount, they offer this unit in January 2025 for a discount of almost close to 200%. 200,000. And the difference in terms of floor level is 12 floor higher.
Wow.
So you buy 12 floor higher by 200,000 cheaper.
Doesn't make sense.
So this is exactly why understanding the pricing strategy of developer is very important to know that you are not buying emotionally. If the margin is big, right, for them to move the price, this is something that a lot of buyers, they neglect and then end up like the example of one Bernam. So if you need more information to know whether your shortlisted new launch is at risk of overpaying, you can actually get in touch with us, scan our QR code. We will be happy to share some information with you.
So now let's go back to the main example of today's video, which is Pasir Ris 8. Right? So launched in 2021 during the time when the integrated development was the hottest thing around.
Yes.
Right? MRT, bus interchange, more residents, and at that point in time with COVID, this is what everyone was trying to buy.
Yes.
Because of convenience. Right? The hype was so insane. On launch day alone, they sold about 85%. Right? So with this huge demand, developers were very, very smart. They knew that the demand was strong. Right? So they started to price attractively around, I think, 1,004 PSF. Their land cost was about 600 plus PSF. Their break-even roughly was about 1,002.
Yes.
So pricing at 1.4 is very smart because it's very close to their break-even price.
Yes.
But because the demand was so overwhelming, Titus, right, the prices will increase multiple times on the same day. Right, I think they increased about 6 rounds.
Yes.
Eventually, the highest PSF sold was 2,000 PSF.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Which means almost every 2 hours, right, they have a new price list that will come
Yes.
out. So from 1,004 PSF at 9 AM during the launch day, all the way to 10:30, it became 2,001 PSF. So that's like an increment of 700 PSF in one single day.
Yeah. So by the end of the launch, the average price that they achieve is 1,006. So break even is 1,002. 1,006 is roughly a 30% profit margin. Very, very healthy.
Correct.
So this is a little bit about the developer side. But now let's talk about the impact of the buyers, right? Imagine you are one of the buyers that came in later in the day. You have spent hours and hours in show flat with your agent. You have spoken to banker, do your financial calculation, check your bank account A, bank account B, check your CPF, do this, do that, right? After everything, you kind of like, you are already very invested in this purchase.
Very tired also.
Yeah, also very tired. Then you queue 3-4 hours, and then emotions kick in, you're a bit fatigued. So at some point of time, the logic just disappear from your brain, and then you're like, just buy lah, whatever price it is should be okay. So what happens is, we want to look at a real example today.
So a 2-bed 1-bath, 721 square feet on level 9, bought during the launch day, was sold for 1.503, which works out to be about 2,000 PSF. Right, but here's the painful part. The immediate upstairs neighbour at level 10, which is supposed to be more expensive lah, but because higher floor unit, also bought on the same day, but the price was at 1.3 million,
Yes.
which is about 1.8 PSF. So what we see here is same stack, same facing, but one floor higher. Put yourself in the level 9 buyer shoes.
You pay 200,000 more than your guy upstairs. How will you feel?
It's actually quite sad and very painful, right? Fast forward to today. If you have bought the level 9 at 1.503, how much will you want to sell at, Titus?
1.7, 1.75?
Makes sense, about 200k profit lah. But sadly, we have to check what the market conditions are at, what
Yes.
the acceptance pricing is at currently. Right, so if we were to see here, resale transactions for Pasir Ris 8, 2-bed, 2-bath, 775 square feet, transacting at about 1.5 to 1.6 million. So as a buyer today, right, Titus, if you see this, will you pay 1.5, 1.6 for 2-bed, 2-bath, or 1.7 for 2-bed, 1-bath?
Need to answer, man. This one very obvious.
Quite straightforward. Obviously, 2-bed, 2-bath.
2-bed, 1-bath, 1.7. No lah.
Don't Right.
Confirm is the 1.5, 1.6, 2-bed, 2-bath lah.
Yeah, so basically this is the problem on the ground, and also the consequence of emotional buying during new launch booking day.
So this is not it, Haikal. There is actually more to this overpaying situation.
Well, what else like this?
Right, so you look at this layout, right? On the left side is a 3-bed, 2-bath unit, 1023 square feet.
Okay.
On the right side is the 2-bed, 1-bath, 721 square feet.
Okay.
Difference of 302 square feet. So let's say 300 square feet.
Yep.
So remember the price that the 2-bed, 1-bath, level 9 unit bought at is at
1.503.
1.503. So for the level 7 3-bed, 2-bath unit, 300 square square feet larger. Want to make a guess what was the price that they bought at?
If 2 bed 1 bath 1.5, I assume the 3 bed 2 bath should be 1.7.
The 3 bed 2 bath level 7 unit bought at 1.504 million. $1,000 more than the 2 bed 1 bath unit.
Wow, okay, that really hurts.
Yeah, so that's the market, right? There will always be winners and losers. So only $1,000 more than the 2 bed 1 bath unit for 300 square feet addition.
Sounds very painful.
Definitely. So imagine this 2 bed 1 bath unit, they need to sell. Even today, they try to sell at 1.5 million. So just now we mentioned that market accept 1.5 million for a 2 bed 2 bath. So for a 2 bed 1 bath, you probably have to sell 1.4 plus million, right, which is actually going to be a loss. But it's actually not just about money. I think it's really about time that you have invested into this property, which is probably going to be 5, 6 or 7 years.
Yep.
But that's the market.
Correct.
Right?
So this is why I think it's important to understand what you're buying, because if not, you'll be struggling to sell. And if you're struggling to sell, you either don't sell and you get stuck, or you sell at a loss.
Yes.
So there are consequences to emotional buying, especially on launch day, on your booking day.
So the market is as such, there will be winners, there will be losers.
Yep.
Right? The key is how do you set yourself up for the best chance to be on the winning side. So that when conditions turns a bit emotional, heated, or there's an overhype, right? You need a strong and logical framework, right? Or even a pair of hands in your agent to be able to pull you back. Because time and time again, yes, we don't want to lose money, but I think the more important thing is we don't want to lose time. Money can earn back, but time, you are only 30 to 35 for this period of time. You cannot repeat it anymore. Once it's gone, it's gone.
You are going to get older only, not younger.
Yeah.
So if you want help navigating this properly and you're in the market, whether for new launch or resale, you can scan our QR code, give us a message, drop us a call. We will be gladly to help you. So thank you for watching today's episode, and if you have enjoyed the episode, remember to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching Haikal Titus Honest Truth.
HTHT.
See you in the next episode.
Bye.